Welcome to This is Paris, your weekly rendezvous that takes you to the beating heart of Paris Saint-Germain. This week, a look back at the Classique against Marseille, during which the Parisians took a good point away from the Velodrome.
The team showed solidarity and character, and I think good organization, and I think happy with that.
We catch up with the talented midfield youngster Laurina Fazer as she looks back on an exemplary start to her career. For me, it's just the beginning. At least I hope so. And we get to know new Portuguese fullback Nuno Mendes, already very comfortable in his new Parisian shirt. I'm feeling more relaxed. I'm starting to adapt and understand what France is like. A huge week of huge games for the players of Paris Saint-Germain. 4 days after their win over RB Leipzig in the Champions League, the Parisians looked in the best position possible to face another big clash, the Classique against Marseille. Good news at the Oradour training centre as well. Neymar is back from injury. Positive vibes all round. $3,619 is the number of days that have passed since the Parisians last tasted defeat in Marseille. 10 years of invincibility, but is spreading a fair amount of serenity around the squad.
Salut, ça va?
Even on hostile terrain, the red and blue can be welcomed by their supporters. A Classique always represents a special moment in a season. Paris Saint-Germain have made it a speciality. Only one defeat in their last 24 meetings with the Phocéens. For this gala match, the 101st between the two giants, the Parisian visitors have brought a star-studded lineup. Suspended against RB Leipzig, Angel Di Maria returns to Mauricio Pochettino's starting lineup, supported by Mbappe, Neymar and Messi, who is about to get his first Classique experience. Patricia Gay drops to the bench, which means Danilo Pereira starts alongside Marco Verratti in midfield, Keylor Navas in goal. Right from the start, the Parisian visitors make themselves at home in the Marseille half. Decisive in the Champions League, Messi and Mbappe continue to develop their on-field chemistry here in the Velodrome. But after a quarter of an hour of play, it's the other two members of the attacking quartet that come to the fore. Di Maria cleverly feeds in Neymar, whose shot is deflected into his own goal by Luan Perez. It looks like a 25th goal of the season for the red and blue, but in the end, the strike is ruled out for offside. Marseille react and score thanks to Arkadiusz Milik. But again, the joy is short-lived. This goal also chalked off, and for the same reason. And so the visitors from the capital resume their forward march. An Argentine tango between Di Maria and Messi. But La Pulga sees his header tipped over by the Marseille keeper. After his first goal in the Champions League, a first in Liga will have to wait a little longer. In the first half, we had possession of the ball and several chances to score. Mbappe made use of his qualities of speed and power, but couldn't outwit Marseille keeper Paul Lopez. Neither could Neymar. French superstar forward Mbappe then brought Messi into play with a similar setup to the one that saw the Argentine open his Parisian account against Manchester City. Only this time, the ball grazed the wrong side of the top corner. Just before half-time, a hard blow for the Parisians. Verratti forced off because of a hip injury. Coming on, Idrissa Gueye is a more than adequate replacement for the Italian Euro 2020 winner. In the second half, the game changes around the 57th minute. Achraf Hakimi sent on for a foul on the edge of the penalty box. A red card. Paris Saint-Germain forced to place the last half an hour with 10 men. The sending off forced us to defend a bit more, and it's positive that we were able to defend and pull together when we needed to. And the 10 men from Paris stand firm and resist the assaults now coming from their hosts.
The team show solidarity and show character, and I think good organization, and I think happy with that.
Enterprising in the first half, combative in the second. In the end, the visitors had to be satisfied with a point, but it did keep them 7 points clear at the top of the championship.
Yes, 1 point. We wanted 3, but with all the circumstances, it's okay. Keep going, working.
The next Ligue 1 challenge is against champions Lille this Friday, but this time at home. Paris Saint-Germain were back in training after the clash with Marseille. Marco Verratti nursing the hip injury that he picked up at the Velodrome, and Kylian Mbappe also missing from Wednesday's session due to an ear infection. There is a serious and good-natured mood around the Camp de Loge as the Parisians prepare for their upcoming clash with Lille. In the front row, some excited children from the club's foundation, given the chance to attend the session of their favourite team and then meet the players. My heart was beating so hard I thought it was going to burst out of my chest. Laurina Fazer will likely never forget her 18th birthday. It was an evening to remember as she celebrated it by playing her first ever minutes in the Champions League, a joy she shared with the crowd after PSG's success.
I'd
been sent messages. I'd been told that the ultras were going to be there, that they were going to come and support us. That alone made me happy. It's not always the case that they are there. We're not always lucky enough to have them all the time, and the fact that they were there was already a great gift. And at the end of the match, they gave me another great gift, so I was very happy. A gift that crowns an exemplary career start, as shown by the many trophies that hang around the family home.
Déjà, il y a celle-là.
Well, let's start with this one.
Celle-là,
This is the medal we received from the club for being French champions.
Pour le fait d'avoir été championne de France. Celle-là.
This one I won at a tournament where I was named best player.
J'avais été élue meilleure joueuse.
Having barely reached adulthood, Laurina is already bringing plenty of happiness to her family.
Je suis fier d'elle.
I'm proud of her.
Elle a fait du bon
She has
boulot
done well from the
depuis
start, and I hope it
le départ,
continues.
ouais. Et j'espère que ça va continuer.
Je vous dis la vérité, des
To tell you
fois,
the truth, sometimes I get so stressed. I get palpitations when she goes out onto the pitch.
Je suis là avec mon téléphone,
I film her with my phone,
et
and I can't wait for her to come home.
on est stressé,
We're stressed. We want her to play. We want her to be on the pitch because that's what she's loved since she was little, and we're proud of her.
Voilà, on est fiers.
Laurina Fazer's story is that of a young girl who grew up in a family of sports fans who love PSG, and therefore it seemed quite natural that she would turn to football. My two elder sisters were already playing football, and as I'm only 1 year older than my brother, we started playing football together in Argenteuil. I'll take you to my first stadium.
C'est parti.
Here we are in Argenteuil, the Stade de Coudray, where I did my first few years of football at a club that is now called RC Argenteuil. I remember the tournaments, and they were good. It was a good first year.
Des plateaux, des tournois, et c'était bien. Franchement, c'était une première et belle année.
She often came to her big brother Ludo's training sessions. She really wanted to play with the boys, but unfortunately at the time she wasn't old enough. But she always had a ball with her. It brings back good memories. I'm happy to be back. Besides, it's been a long time since I've returned here. The playing fields of Argenteuil wouldn't see her development for long, though. Her talent very soon catching the attention of PSG.
J'avais fait un district, enfin filles au foot.
I had done a tournament for girls, and someone who worked for Paris Saint-Germain saw that I was wearing PSG clothing, and so they spoke to my parents.
Et du coup, il a parlé à mes parents.
And they spoke about the club. And my parents took me for a trial, and I was accepted.
Et du coup, j'ai été prise.
At Paris Saint-Germain, the young Fazer impressed even when playing with the boys. I would say that with the boys, I had my best years at Paris Saint-Germain. The boys were very nice to me and made me part of the group. Now we're at the Comte de Loge in Saint-Germain-en-Laye, where I made my debut at Paris Saint-Germain. We'll go and see Francis, the person who manages the association's administration.
À l'association.
Salut. Ah, look, a returnee. How are you?
Une revenante, comment vas-tu?
Ça va et toi?
Yeah, I'm fine. How are you?
Tu vois,
Come on in. You'll see the old premises. They've changed a bit.
Donc voilà,
You'll find all your teams and Laurina when she was young.
Tu vas retrouver toutes tes équipes, ainsi que la Laurina quand
she was in the under
là
13s.
c'était U13.
Ouais, U13.
Je crois que la plus marrante c'est celle-là.
I think the funniest one is where you can see her with her PSG pennant already. So it was the under 13s.
Je me rappelais plus de ces photos.
I don't remember these photos, so it's nice to see them again.
Ça fait plaisir.
After a spell in the under 14s, under 16s and then the national under 19s, she joined the training centre.
Là, j'ai compris qu'il fallait commencer à vraiment.
There I understood that I had to start being serious, because not everyone is lucky enough to be in the PSG training centre.
De formation du PSG.
And I started to concentrate more on football and on my studies too, and I tried to seize my chance.
J'ai essayé de saisir ma chance, on va dire.
After signing her first professional contract at the age of just 16, the midfielder is now a permanent member of the professional squad. A new world for her.
J'étais un peu éblouie.
I was a bit starstruck to see Marie, Caddy, the great players, and be able to play with them and train with them. I was trying to show what I could do, and I was happy. So now we're on the field where the first team play. The field of honour is here.
L'équipe première. Le terrain d'honneur, il est là.
This is the pitch where she made a professional debut on the 14th of November 2020 against Issy.
J'étais fière de moi.
I was proud of myself. To think that I was going to make my debut for my favourite club, I was so happy.
J'étais trop contente.
If she is now a professional at her beloved club, don't think that Laurina is going to rest on her laurels.
Pour moi, c'est que le début.
For me, it's just the beginning. At least I hope so.
De dire que c'est un aboutissement.
It's not the end of the road, but it's already a good start to play several games.
C'est un bon début de faire plusieurs matchs.
Winning the European Cup will be an important part of the club's history.
Déjà encore marquer l'histoire du club.
And it's important for our record of achievements.
Pour nous aussi, notre palmarès, c'est important aussi.
Still to come on This is Paris, an exclusive interview with Nuno Mendes. Plus, we have the most beautiful goals scored against Lille before Friday's big clash with the Dogue. Paris's players who are leading the league met on Tuesday for a day reserved for the capital club's partners and sponsors. Photo shoots, promotional messages and video recordings, all on the day's programme.
Something. You have shots and you will be the total.
C'est ah oui. Ok, c'est bien.
Nuno Mendes was one of the arrivals during a supercharged transfer window for Paris Saint-Germain last summer. He had been courted by many of Europe's biggest names. But it was in the French capital that the young Portuguese decided to settle. Although he's not yet bilingual, he's already feeling at home in Paris. I'm more relaxed now. I'm starting to adapt and understand what France is like. I'm adapting well. Danilo has helped me a lot. He talks to me every day. He's helping me discover France, and my experience is growing. I haven't visited Paris much yet, but I'll have time to do so. Since we play a lot, I don't really have time to visit the city, but I'll have plenty of time to do that later. In Paris, the 19-year-old left-back has entered a new dimension. He'd only played in the preliminary rounds of the Europa League before, but he's now been propelled into the Champions League, the grandest European competition of all, creating some unforgettable memories. I felt pride when I played in the Champions League. It was a dream come true. I was very happy and I intend to play many more Champions League games. But the first time was a special moment and I'll always remember it. It's a new stage in the career of the Portuguese teenager who has been able to handle the level demanded by Europe's elite club competition, especially in the last game against Leipzig. It was a difficult match, like all Champions League matches are. We were 2-1 down, but we managed to turn it around. We have a good team, but all games are hard in the Champions League, but also in Ligue 1, and we have to be as prepared as we can in order to win. It's very important the team is solid and that we form a united group. It's important to be able to overcome all the obstacles that come up against us on the pitch. Nuno Mendes was spotted and came through at Sporting before leaving his native Portugal for the first time to discover a brand new championship. An important challenge for a young player, but far from an intimidating one for the new Parisian.
A Liga Francesa é mais intensa,
The French Championship is more intense, more competitive, even if the Portuguese Championship is also challenging. But here there are more players with technical skills and physical strength, which makes the Championship tough. But the Portuguese Championship is also difficult. Here all the players are competitive, the teams are strong. We study them as they study us in order to try and make things easier. We know their qualities, but then we have to do what we need to do on the field to counter them, and we work in training to make these improvements. By coming to Paris, the fullback has also got to know the warm atmosphere of the fans present at the Parc des Princes. We have a fantastic crowd, fans that sing even outside the stadium, and who give the team a lot of strength. When we score a goal, you really feel their support, and that's very important for the team to be able to excel as the match goes by. Little by little, Nuno Mendes is gaining playing time in a 5-star squad. Coach Maurizio Pochettino is counting on him and has started him in the last 2 games. We're getting better in every match. At the beginning, I had a little bit of trouble adapting to the team, like the other players have done. In time, it will get better and better, and it's important so the team can evolve and get good results. Leading Liga and top of their Champions League group, Paris Saint-Germain has made an almost perfect start to the season. The ideal framework in which Mendes can progress and deliver on all the hopes that have been placed upon him. I hope we continue like this, with victories, playing well. Because it's important for Paris Saint-Germain, which is a great club and wants to win everything.